Hello, everybody. So it took a little longer to get to the river. My usual river spot was frozen. So here's the river. I had to do a bit of reconnaissance, and you can kind of see some parts. There's a thin layer of ice over here, but on my usual spot where I go into the river, it was completely frozen. So I had to do a bit of recon. This spot here, it's a little bit more committing in the sense that I had to walk a good bit. My car is like way back there to get to the cold river. So I've set up this nifty little tripod here so I can try to get in. I'm going to get in right there and kind of just share what I'm going through. I was inspired by my friend Mike Liguori. He interviewed me on his podcast. Highly recommend you check it out, Live Your Truth. And he asked me what goes through my mind when I do this. So I thought, you know what? I might as well share what goes through my mind when I do these kind of things while I'm actually doing it. So found the river. Here we are. It's a beautiful, beautiful spot. And I'm about to strip down on my shorts and get in. If you got any questions for me as I'm doing this, if you're on, shoot me a question. I'm just gonna kind of sit there and I'll talk through what this was. Pretty last minute, so I haven't, it's all spur of the moment, pretty last minute thought to do this. And just I wanted to, like the place I'm come from is just to share the experience, because it's a really beautiful spiritual experience, to share what I go through, to share the lessons, and hopefully inspire you to, not necessarily, it could be cold river dip, but to do something that challenges you and pushes your own limits. So I'm going to set up the phone here on my little tripod here, get down to my bathing suit, and walk on in. So give me a minute. Let me set this up. So I don't want to be setting this up while I'm actually in the water. Let me make sure I get this set up. All right, I think we are good to go. Yeah, it looks like that should be good to go. Lined up right where I'm going to be in the water. Otherwise, I guess I can move it a little bit. I think that should be good. All right, give me 2 seconds. For those who are watching, I'm going to get in my bathing suit and we'll go in. There's always a bit of nerves before I do this kind of thing, but that's part of the adventure. The nerves are all a part of it. All right, my friends, here we go. I'm down to the bathing suit. Feeling the nerves and stepping into the water. The initial part is always the coldest once you first get in. I'm gonna take a second, shut my mouth. And just breathe. Once you just kind of breathe, it calms you down. It's a beautiful experience, my friends. I'm just gonna take a couple minutes in here. This time I did not run over. I had a work call and another one. So what goes through the mind when I do this? Obviously you feel the cold. Breathing centers you. Take deep breaths. And you just slow your roll. It's not going to get you. It's not going to kill you. Well, can kill you, but the key is just to stay still, to breathe, to take it all in. And a big lesson is not to try to escape the feeling of the cold. Like, I obviously feel my hands getting numb, the cold piercing. Oh no, if the wind blows and blows my phone, that's not gonna be good. I feel the cold piercing my body. And the key is not to escape it, but to be with it. To become one with it. To let it consume you. To let it immerse you. To fully let it take over your spirit. When you do that, it's profound. You feel more alive. It becomes a part of you. It's a little harder to go on my usual rants while I'm feeling the cold water. The biggest lesson, I think, is not to escape the pain. And this, why I love doing these things is it's a metaphor for life. It translates to every area of your life, how you handle it, and it shows you what you're capable of. When I'm asked what is life about, the one word answer is self-transcendence. And what this is right here is self-transcendence. You saw when I got in, it hit me hard. I probably shouldn't have started talking right when I got in. It hit me hard, and it knocks the wind out of you. But then, it took a few seconds, I breathe, soak it all in. And I transcend what is to become something more. I mean, I've been in now 3.5 minutes. Hands are numb, feet are numb. I can feel it all. But I'm able to transcend it. And just think about how that applies in life. The cold is a powerful teacher. Suffering is a powerful teacher. Pain is a powerful teacher. We need to go through these experiences to learn what we are capable of. We need to go through these experiences to be able to transcend them, to become something more than who we think we are. And that's what I truly love about these experiences. I love that the cold demands more of me, as life does. I wanted to answer questions while I'm doing this, but I'm too far from the phone to see what anybody's writing, so I'll answer them a little later. But I thought I'll at least talk through. Usually when I'm actually in it and not shooting a live, I really just sit still with myself. And another reason why I love these things, it demands presence. There's nowhere else to go when the cold's hitting you, but right here in your mind. There's nowhere else to go. I'm forced to be right here. Not to mention just the beauty of it all. I mean, what's around me is spectacular. It's truly profound. And presence is, I mean, it's when you feel the now. You're not in the past, you're not in the future. You're just here. Life is here. These moments, whether I'm running for hours, when I'm in here, the pain of it, it brings you into the purity of life. Allows you to feel it in a different way. This is all just stream of consciousness. I've been in 6 minutes now. Another thing to a fine line to flirt with is, how far do you go? This can obviously get dangerous. I don't recommend, take your time. I've built up a very high tolerance of suffering that I'm comfortable with where I'm at. But the challenge is when you get out, I'm already starting to shiver, so you're moving past numbness into shivering. You first get in, it hits you. The cold wakes you up, for sure. Then it's numb. Now there's the shiver, and there's a fine line. So when you do these things, you want to be very careful of how far you go. I have built up a very high tolerance of suffering that I'm comfortable. When I say comfortable, it's relatively comfortable. I'm obviously not comfortable per se, but I'm relatively comfortable with what I'm about to endure, unless you see me shiver and then die off and float in the river and then call somebody. I've been in 7 minutes now. I'm going to do one more minute, and I think that's a pretty solid amount. Once I hit 8, I will come out of the water. I'm feeling more, it's very visceral that I'm pushing the line more than I was when I did the 5-minute dip. Like, the 5-minute dip, it was kind of just numb. Now there's the shivering. So I can feel the body temperature getting affected by this, so the shivering is getting a lot more visceral. I got about 15 seconds and then I'm gonna get out. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 minutes. The hands are completely numb, so it's a little hard. I'm going to try to stay on, so because I think this part might provide some lessons as well. And I can't really feel my hands, so it's a little hard to control this camera. Okay, I'm just gonna do this as I not the best view, but it's the best I can do right now. Pushed far today, and I can feel it. All right, my friends, I think I will go get ready now. No point subjecting you to this, but thank you for watching, and I'll come on once I get in the car and warm up again.